Fisher Cats have taken the field on this Saturday afternoon. New Hampshire against Harrisburg. Game 5 of this 6-game series as we are coming to a close, this 12-game homestand here in Manchester. And to tell you a little bit more about Fisher Cats starting pitcher Sem Robersa, and the Blue Jays' number 7 prospect, here's Steve Goldberg.
And a picture-perfect Saturday afternoon in Manchester. Temperature in the mid-70s today. Our warmest day of the homestand as the Fisher Cats get set to take on the Harrisburg Senators. 2 more games, as you mentioned, Gareth, on this 12-game homestand for the Fisher Cats. Cut a game short, though, due to a game getting canceled against the Yard Goats. So when it's all said and done, we'll play 11 games during this 2-week period of time back home in Manchester. The Fisher Cats have played well over the past 2 days, winning back-to-back games. 13-3 victory in Game 2 of the doubleheader Thursday. They followed it up with a 3-0 shutout of Harrisburg last night behind 6 scoreless innings from Adam Kloffenstein in the start. Fisher Cats struck out a total of 14 batters, 8 for Kloffenstein, 6 for the bullpen last night. Today it's Sem Robersa on the mound, getting the start against Harrisburg. It'll be his 6th start of the season, and he's 0-2 on the year with a .456 ERA. Last Saturday against the Yard Goats, he went 5 scoreless innings, but then ran into some trouble in the 6th inning, giving up a pair of runs. Robert Hassel III leads it off for Harrisburg. The Senators are in their red jerseys. They've only worn the gray jerseys once on this road trip. Fisher Cats are in the navy blues with white pants and navy blue caps with the NH logo. Here's the windup from the Dutch native Robersa, and he fires in strike 1 to Robert Hassel. We're underway from Delta Dental Stadium at 4:07 this afternoon. 73 degrees, mostly sunny skies. 0-1 is on the ground to shortstop. First play for Elvis Martinez. He gloves it cleanly. And a toss to Trevor Schwecke at first to get the first down of the game.
Now batting the second baseman, J.T. Arruda.
With 1 down in the first inning, J.T. Arruda is the next man up for Harrisburg. He's batting .211 with 7 RBIs. Also top 5 in the league in steals. Switch hitter batting lefty. And the first pitch from the right-hander Robersa is spoiled foul over to the left. Martinez to Schwecke, 6-3 put out for the first out. Leo Jimenez, our pregame guest, is at second, and Damiano Palmagiani to start at third. Here's the 0-1, and it's on the ground over to first. Schwecke backpedals, fields it with the backhand, and flips it to Robersa, covering the bag. And the Fisher Cats with 2 outs in a row, both on grounders.
Now batting the left fielder, Blake Rutherford.
We move to the outfield. Will Robertson with the homer last night gets the start in left. Stuart Baroa is the center fielder, back in the lineup after an off day yesterday. And Zach Britton is playing right. He was doing the DHing last night. Phil Clark is behind the plate catching. First pitch is a slider for strike 1 on a left-handed batter, Blake Rutherford. He's playing in his 5th game of the year, 5 for 14 at the plate. Here's the 0-1, and Rutherford takes it down and outside. First round draft pick by the Yankees back in 2016. Sent to the White Sox and then signed with the Nationals in January. 1-1, a swing and a miss. And Robersa is 1 pitch away from a 1-2-3 first. 1-2. And it's a tapper over the head of Robersa to second base. Jimenez charges in, throws on the run, and the Fisher Cats get Rutherford for the final out. 3 straight ground ball outs. The final one was a little bit trickier than the first 2, but the Fisher Cats set down the Senators in order in the first. New Hampshire is coming up to bat on the other side of the break here on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Fisher Cats are up to bat, bottom of the first in a scoreless game. Steve Goldberg and Gareth Kwok. Pat Cullen back in the studio on a splendid Saturday afternoon, our final 4:05 Saturday scheduled start of the year. First batter is Leo Jimenez. He takes strike 1 from the left-hander Alex Troop. Last time we saw Troop on the mound at Delta Dental Stadium was September 13th last year. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Jimenez pops it up foul out of play to the right side. And the Fisher Cats teed off on Troop. He went 3 scoreless to start, but then New Hampshire had a 5-run fourth and a pair of runs in the 5th. Next pitch is inside for ball 1. 1-2, the count on Jimenez leading things off. He's 4 for 11 in the series, batting .255 on the year. The 1-2, he strikes out swinging. And Alex Troop with the K to start the day.
Now batting the right fielder, Zach Britton.
Zach Britton is coming up. Britton is red hot lately. On the homestand, he's 8 for 17. He's also walked 8 times. And he's raised his season average up to .324. It was below the Mendoza line prior to the Hartford series. First pitch is up and away. One of 3 lefties in the order. Britton has 1 homer and 4 RBIs. The next toss. And he takes a strike outside corner. Troop is making his 5th start of the year. He's 2-1 with a .442 ERA. Drafted out of Michigan State. Here's the 1-1. High called strike. Gabe Alfonso is the home plate ump. Zdenek Zidek is at first base, and the crew chief Jude Curry down at third. 1-2 to Britton in a scoreless game, and he takes it up and outside. We're in the bottom of the first with 1 out. Still no base runners for either side. Semra Bursa has sent down the Senators 1-2-3. 2-2. Down and outside. Britton takes close pitch, and the count is now full. We mentioned the 8 walks on the homestand. He's drawn a walk in 6 consecutive games. Here's the payoff pitch, and he takes it on the outside corner for strike 3. Rung up by Gabe Alfonso, and that's back-to-back strikeouts for Alex Troop.
Already Troop has a pretty long arm action when he's delivering his pitch. Really lets that arm hang down as low as possible before then kind of just snapping forward. Very long and kind of deliberate motion compared to some of the Harrisburg pitchers we've seen.
Damiano Palmagiani, the right-hander, swings through the first pitch. He's batting .235 on the year, but has an on-base percentage sky high up at .435. Here's the 0-1, and he flies it over to third. Pop-up that hangs up in the air back behind the base. Carter Kieboom puts it away, and the side is retired 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. So both teams go down in order in the opening frame, and we move to the second at Delta Dental Stadium. Scoreless between the Fisher Cats and the Senators. Top of the second inning, no score at Delta Dental Stadium. Both starting pitchers, Semra Bursa for the Fisher Cats and Alex Troop for Harrisburg, set down the side 1-2-3. And Robersa back to work, facing the Major League rehabber Carter Kieboom. Here's the windup and the pitch. Outside for ball 1. Kieboom is 3 for 6 in 2 games. Drove in a run 2 days ago. Here's the 1-0. And he takes outside. Kieboom had 2 singles in his first game back. And in last night's game went 1 for 3 with a walk. Now the 2-0 to the plate. He swings early at an off-speed pitch from Robersa, and it's a 2-1 count. Here's the windup, righty to righty. And Kieboom taps it foul over to the on-deck circle where Frankie Tostado waits. 3 ground ball outs in the first. Robersa, 11 walks, 23 strikeouts on the year. Over 24 2/3 innings. Two and two coming to Kieboom. Breaking ball, swing and a miss. Robersa gets the strikeout. Looked like Kieboom got a piece of that, and Phil Clark, the catcher, hangs on for the first punch out of the game. Robersa sets down Keyboom.
Robersa not afraid to throw some off speed on Keyboom. Kloffenstein did a lot of that last night, throwing him backwards a lot with off speed, sliders, cutters.
Frankie Tostano, the left-handed batter, takes strike one on the outside edge. He's batting .259 with 2 homers and 13 RBIs. He's gone 4 for 10 in this series. No score, top of the second. 0-1 is lined over to first, and on 2 hop, Schwecke with a diving stop takes it to the bag himself. An excellent defensive play, and the Fisher Cats get out number 2 in the second. Schwecke had to dive out to his left. Hot shot down the line. It's the 4th ground ball out of the game. And Drew Millis, the catcher, steps in. Switch hitter batting from the left side. First pitch is taken outside. 94-mile-an-hour fastball, but it misses 1-0. Sam Robersa finished last year with the Fisher Cats. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. Made a start against Harrisburg and pitched 6 innings, giving up just 1 unearned run. It was on September 17th. 2-0 to the plate is lined to left center, and that's the first base runner of the game. Drew Millis comes up with a 2-out single to put a man on for Harrisburg. Scoreless game in the top of the second.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Will Frizzell.
Will Frizzell is next. Millis continues to stay hot at the plate. Coming into the day, batting .360. Frizzell is just a 186 hitter. Left-handed batter, first pitch swing and a miss. He's doing the DHing today. He's had a quiet series, but he's walked 3 times. He's one of 2 players with 3 walks in the set. 0-1 from Robersa. Another swing and another miss. 0-2. Sam had sent down 5 straight before a 2-out single. Trying to work around the base hit out of the stretch for the first time. 0-2. Got Frizzell swinging, and that's strikeout number 2. A scoreless second inning for Sam Robersa, who's through 2 in a scoreless game between the Fisher Cats and the Senators here on WGIR and Fox Sports 930.
Leading off the inning for the Fisher Cats, the left fielder, Will Robertson.
The New Hampshire Liquor Commission Division of Enforcement reminds you that providing alcohol to minors is a crime. And if you're caught, you could face up to a year in jail and a $2,000 fine. When it comes to buying alcohol for minors, you buy, you pay. Buyers beware.
First pitch at the bottom of the second is in for a strike on Will Robertson. Gonna have Kids Run the Bases coming up tomorrow, sponsored by the NH Liquor Commission Division of Enforcement. Next pitch strike, 0-2. Scoreless game in the bottom of the second. Robertson had a 2-run homer yesterday, his 3rd of the year. Now the 0-2, lefty on lefty, taken outside for a ball. 7 of Robertson's 9 hits have been for extra bases. He's got 4 doubles, 5 RBIs. It's the 1-2, low and away. Alex Troop, the southpaw on the mound for Harrisburg, worked 1-2-3 first. Both pitchers with 2 strikeouts. Scoreless baseball so far. 2-2, Robertson lifts it down the left field line. Long run out for the third baseman Keyboom, who gloves it on the extended warning track in foul territory. So a long run to get there for Keyboom, all the way past the tarp. That's the first out of the second in the bottom half. Trevor Schwecke, batting .278, had an RBI double in the first game of the doubleheader Thursday. Right-hander takes down low. He's got 6 RBIs. Still no homers yet on the year. Schwecke back with the Fisher Cats. 1-0, up and outside. He had a late season promotion last year to Buffalo. Started this year with New Hampshire. 2-0, up and inside. Fisher Cats had another player promoted to Buffalo today. Left-handed pitcher Sean Mellon receiving his first call-up to AAA. Here's the 3-0, and it's down the pipe for strike one. Mellon had a great start to the year, just one earned run allowed over 9 2/3 innings. Grounder to third on one hop. Keyboom snares it and across the diamond to first. That's a big league play from the major league rehabber to get out number 2 in the second.
Sure was on that scorched ground ball by Schwecke. Even the pop-up down the third base line, his back was turned against the infield, and I mean, there's a reason why Keyboom is a big league third baseman.
Aurelvis Martinez had a 2-run homer Thursday. Here's the windup and the first pitch, a swing and a miss at a pitch upstairs. Aurelvis last time facing Alex Troop in September of last year took him deep, a 2-run homer for his 29th of last season. There's a pop-up foul out of play over to the first base side. And Martinez finished out the year with 30 homers. Fisher Cats all-time record. Troop has set down 5 straight batters. The 0-2 gets Martinez to swing through a pitch on the outside. And that's his 3rd strikeout of the game. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. Go to the 3rd at Delta Dental Stadium. No score between the Fisher Cats and the Senators. Saturday afternoon baseball on WGIR at Fox Sports 930. Semper Bursa with 2 scoreless innings in a scoreless game as we move to the 3rd. I mentioned our new partner, Fidium Fiber Internet. I'll talk about them in a second as the first one is grounded over to first. Schwecke, the flip to Robersa covering for the first out. Yasel Antuna retired on 1 pitch. We mentioned Fidium Fiber Internet. They're sponsoring our radar, clocking the pitch speed throughout the game, and bringing some serious heat of their own with gigabit internet speed and the latest fiber technology. But the fact is, they're more than just speed. You get incredible pricing, no gimmicks, no data cap, and you never have to sign a contract. Check them out at fidiumfiber.com/FisherCats. First pitch is popped up over to first. Schwecke retreats onto the outfield grass and makes the catch for out number 2. Leonel Valera is retired, so just 2 pitches in the inning, both 93-mile-an-hour fastballs, and the first 2 are set down for Harrisburg. Robert Hassel III is the batter. We're in a scoreless game, top of the 3rd. Robersa sent down first 5 batters of the game before a base hit, and now he's bounced back to set down the next 3. First pitch is low on Hassel, who grounded out in the first inning. Meanwhile, over on the other side of things, Alex Troop has retired all 6. He's got 3 strikeouts. And the next pitch, a swing and a miss. Robersa with an opportunity for an extremely speedy inning. He deals 1-1, and Hassel with another swinging strike. Needed just 2 pitches to get the first out. He's thrown 5 in the inning, and 26 so far in the start with 20 for strikes. Hassel, the 21-year-old, number 2 prospect for Washington. Top 30 prospect in all of baseball. Here's the 1-2. Hassel takes, it's down and outside. Semper Bursa, second Double-A season. Netherlands native winds and fires and misses outside. His first full pro season was shut down by COVID during spring training. Wound up spending the year in the States. He was living in Florida. 3-2. Hassel gets a piece and grounds it foul back behind the plate. Three and 2. Another payoff pitch, check swing foul. Hassel stays alive. 8th pitch of the plate appearance coming after Robersa needed just 2 pitches to get the first 2 outs of the 3rd. We're in a scoreless game at Delta Dental Stadium. Gorgeous Saturday afternoon. 3-2 for the 3rd straight time. It's in the dirt. Hassel draws a walk to extend the inning. First walk handed down to the game.
Now batting the second baseman, J.T. Aruda.
It's J.T. Aruda. Grounded out in the first. Robersa gave up a 2-out single last inning and now a 2-out walk. We'll deal with switch hitter Aruda. Robersa stands with the glove on his hip, brings his hands together, high hold, kicks the front leg and deals. The pitch is low for ball 1. Robersa is the only player on the field to play right now with his socks exposed. Here's the 1-0. Check on the runner at first. Hassel dives back safely. He's got those high socks. Fisher Cats navy blue jerseys today. 1-0. Low and inside. 2-0 count on the switch hitting Aruda. Outfield playing off to the left. Paul Maggiani just about even with the bag at third, a few steps back. Far off the line. Here's the 2-0 to the plate, and it's a swing and a miss for a strike. 2-1. Both teams are 11-13. They have split the first 4 games of this series. Fisher Cats dropped the first 2. Next pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2 to even the count. But New Hampshire has outscored Harrisburg 16-3 over the past 2 games. Erupting for 8 runs in the first inning of Game 2 Thursday. Runner on first with 2 outs, no score in the 3rd. 2-2. It's grounded foul back behind the dish. We mentioned Sean Mellon getting promoted to AAA Buffalo. The Fisher Cats added a new right-handed pitcher, Sam Ryan. Ryan made 4 appearances with the Fisher Cats 2 years ago. Started this year with the Needed of Vancouver, rather. 2-2, a swing and a miss for strike 3. Robersa gets his 3rd strikeout and strands a runner after a 2-out walk. Middle of the 3rd, it's the Fisher Cats and the Senators scoreless on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Fisher Cats and the Senators are scoreless, bottom of the 3rd. Miguel Geraldo leads it off. He's doing the DHing today. And the first pitch, a swing and a miss for strike 1. He's batting .274 on the year, and he's had 3 multi-hit games this homestand. 0-1 to the plate, and he takes inside from Alex Troop, who has retired all 6 batters. Lefty deals, righty waits. Geraldo was swinging strike 2. Troop has gone 5 innings in each of his last 3 starts. 26-year-old, drafted in 2017 in the 9th round. 1-2 is on the outside. He's spent part of the last 3 seasons with Harrisburg. Also pitched in 1 game for Rochester at the end of last year. 2-2, Geraldo cracks it foul down the third base line. Off the retaining wall and back towards the field of play. Packed house today, looking around the seating bowl below us. A ton of fans in the seats, a lot of fans gathered around the concourse, some of the kids' play area down the right field line. 2-2, Geraldo strikes out swinging. Fourth K of the game for Alex Troop. 7 up, 7
Now
down.
batting the catcher, Phil Clark.
Oh, a hot start for Troop, who will face Phil Clark, the left-handed hitting catcher.
Yeah, very similar to last night when Ronald Herrera, the starter for Harrisburg, set down the first 9 in order. And so far, Troop, for 7, retired.
Phil Clark grounds the first one foul. Great minds think alike there. Was just flipping back the scorebook to yesterday also. It's Herrera 9 up, 9 down to start with 4 strikeouts. 4 Ks for Troop. 7 in a row retired. Clark waits and grounds another one foul behind the plate. 0-2. Clark has been struggling, just 2 for 32 to open the year. And he's 0 for his last 14 since a homer on April 19th. Spent a week on the IL at the end of April. 0-2 pitch, he takes it outside. Although Clark has gotten the bulk of the starts behind the plate for the Fisher Cats. Kekai Rios has been used just once in the series. Grounder to second base right at JT Aruda, who throws to first and sets down Clark. So that's now 8 consecutive batters Alex Troop has retired to open the game.
Stuart Baroa.
It brings up Stuart Baroa. Speedy switch hitter. He'll bat from the right side against Troop. 237 average and had 2 homers on the opening homestand of the year. Here's the pitch, and the right-hander takes it outside. 7 RBIs, so 5 doubles. Doesn't have a triple yet this year. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He takes a fastball upstairs. Fisher Cats as a team didn't have a triple until 2 days ago. Elvis Martinez with the first and only 3-bagger of the year. Here's the 2-0, and it's up and outside. Fisher Cats were the last team in the league to collect a triple. And for Martinez, it was his first triple at the AA level. 3-0. Down the pipe for strike 1. Baroa trying to get on base, make something happen. He's top 5 in the league in steals. Here's the 3-1, and he flies it out to straightaway center. Robert Hassel III comes in and over towards right center field to put it away for the final out, and for the 3rd consecutive inning, Alex Troop sets down the side 1-2-3. We go to the 4th inning at Delta Dental Stadium. Gareth Kwok on the mic when we come back in a scoreless game between the Fisher Cats and the Senators.
Auto Fair is your local auto dealer. Go to autofair.com to shop thousands of vehicles with brands like Honda, Hyundai, Ford, Toyota, Volkswagen, Subaru, Nissan, and Genesis. They have everything you're looking for. As Sam Robersa's backdoor slider on the first pitch catches the outside for strike 1. Blake Rutherford on the 0-1 tops one over to second for Leo Jimenez. Calm toss over to first. 2 pitches, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. No score between New Hampshire and Harrisburg. I'm Gareth Kwok along with Steve Goldberg. Pat Cullen in our studio. Bob Lippman will be back tomorrow on the call. So 3 1/3 shutout innings for Robersa so far on 39 pitches. Here's the Major League rehabber Carter Keyboom on the check swing, and it's ruled a ball. He did not go around. 1-0 to Keyboom. Robersa deals. Swing and a miss. 92 miles an hour on the inside corner. 1-1. Keyboom struck out swinging first time around. Foul tipped it into the glove of Clark behind the plate. 1-1 is a strike on the inside corner. And at the belt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. This is Robersa's 2nd career start against the Senators as a 1-2 slider swung on and missed by Keyboom for strike 3.
The first baseman, Frankie Tostado.
So Robersa with a couple of strikeouts on the MLB rehabber Keyboom. 4 Ks, 2 outs here in the 4th for Tostado. Adam Kloffenstein a night ago had his way against Keyboom, getting him to strike out 2 times, both looking. And tonight, Robersa with 2 strikeouts via Keyboom swinging. First pitch is in there for a strike to Tostado, the left-handed batter, and the first baseman. 0-1 is down in the dirt for ball 1. He rolled out to first. His first time up on a nice diving stop by Trevor Schwecke, the New Hampshire first baseman. 1-1 is lined in the left center field. Baroa sprinting after it. Backhanded stab. He made the catch. Stuart Baroa tracks it down in left center field. He's got excellent speed. That ball was tailing away from him in left center field in the gap, but Stewart able to grab it.
Right,
and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Robersa in the 4th. Off we go now to the home half and do that for the Fisher Cats. Will be the top of their order. Jimenez, Britton, and Palmagiani. No score, bottom 4 coming up next here on WGIR and Fox Sports 930.
Let's see it.
Bottom 4 here at Delta Dental Stadium. Leo Jimenez digs in and takes in tight from the lefty Alex Troop for ball 1. Harrisburg nothing. New Hampshire nothing. Here in the 4th. Big left-handers 1-0. Is swung on and missed. And slow changeup. Jimenez out in front. 1 ball, 1 strike. The starting left-hander for the Senators has retired all 9 hitters in a row against New Hampshire. As Jimenez rolls 1 foul, third base side near the Harrisburg dugout. 1-2. Yesterday, the first 9 New Hampshire hitters were set down in a row by Ronald Herrera. And today, Alex Troop, first 9 hitters have been set down. And here's a little blooper in the shallow left center. And Leo Jimenez is going to be the first base runner aboard for the Fisher Cats today, as he pokes a soft liner in the shallow center field for a leadoff hit.
So it keeps his hit streak and on-base streaks going. He's reached base in all 14 games he's played in this year, and now currently on a 5-game hit streak.
Got his first multi-RBI game in the second game of Thursday's doubleheader, and as Steve mentioned, keeping those streaks alive. Zach Britton digs in, left-on-left matchup, takes outside for ball 1. It was fun having Leo on the pregame show as our guest on the pregame interview today. 1-0. Britton with a swing and a miss on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Says these first couple of weeks been a little bit of a grind, but for him, he's enjoying the process. Going to be out there every day and just being able to contribute. Here's a throw over to first, and Leo's back in standing. Says it's fun to be playing alongside guys like Aurelvis Martinez, Miguel Geraldo, all those guys that were part of that international free agent class several years ago, and sort of worked their way up to where they are now. Britton takes one high, 2 balls and a strike. Jimenez, who is on the Blue Jays 40-man roster. 2-1, Britton skies one, left center field. Hassel retreating, now slows down, and he'll make the catch off his right shoulder. Jimenez back to first as Britton flies out.
Now batting the
1 away
Damiano
here in the 4th.
Palmagiani.
No score for Damiano Palmagiani. Palmagiani is still looking for his first hit of this series. He is 0 for 11 this week against Harrisburg. And Troop with another throw over the first. Leo's back in standing. Just 1 steal so far early on for Leo. Opening offering to Palmagiani, and he taps it foul. Might have gotten the piece of the catcher Millis as well. One strike to Damiano. No score here in the last of the fourth, game 5 of this 6-game series. Troop lifts a leg, and the pitch is grounded foul, third base side by Paul Majani. Fisher Cats trying to make it 3 wins in a row. After the first game of Thursday's doubleheader, the losing streak amounted to 6 straight, but then the win in the second game of the doubleheader, and then the win yesterday has made it 2 in a row. Almajani takes an off-speed pitch, just a bit outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisher Cats and Senators with the same record, 24 games in, 11 wins, 13 losses. Portland remains as the best team in the Eastern League right now, as Palmajani hits a high drive well to left field. Back is Rutherford, circling underneath it, and Rutherford makes the grab. Just a little bit shy of the warning track. Jimenez retreats back to first.
Now batting the left fielder, Will Robertson.
2 outs for Robertson. Sea Dogs 18-7. Somerset at 15-9 in second place. Hartford 12-11. Binghamton 11-12, and then New Hampshire behind the Rumble Ponies at 11-13. That pitch is spiked in the dirt on the opening offering to Robertson. Blocked nicely by Millis. Jimenez stays at first for ball 1. 2 outs, man on first for the Fisher Cats. Jimenez, the first base runner for the Fisher Cats this afternoon on the blue pit to shallow center. Troop trying to make it 4 consecutive shutout innings. Here's a high fly foul off the bat of Robertson to make it 1 ball, 1 strike.
Uh-oh, we may need to call Universal Windows Direct for that foul ball.
And then behind the Fisher Cats is Reading at 9-15, which Fisher Cats will be playing the Fightin' Phils next week on the road, beginning on Tuesday. Another throw over the first. Leo's back in standing. So Fisher Cats will have the series finale tomorrow against the Senators. A 1:35 first pitch. Pre-game will begin at 1:15. For then the off day Monday, and then the road trip to Reading. Another throw over to first, and Jimenez back in standing. Robertson fouled out to Keyboom first time around. Left-handed batter who homered yesterday, his 3rd of the season. And the 1-1 just catches the outside corner for a strike. Troop paints the outside, and it's 1-2 with 2 outs. Nothing or score here in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2 pitch is a pop-up foul off to the left by Robertson. Alex Troop, who is coming off 3 straight performances where he has gone at least 5 innings each. 1-2 pitch is in the dirt, scooped out by Millis. 2-2. After going only 3 1/3 in his very first start of the year, he has gone 5 innings each in each of his last 3 starts, being able to provide a little bit of depth for the Senators pitching staff. 2-2. Robertson grounds one to second sharply, but fielded by Aruda. And from the edge of the grass, he throws out Robertson. And that will end the 4th. So we got ourselves a bit of a pitcher's duel, 4 innings through. Robersa with 4 shutout innings for New Hampshire, and now Troop with 4 shutout innings for Harrisburg. Let's go to the 5th. No score here from Delta Dental Stadium on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Baseball is here in New Hampshire, and what better way to celebrate this season than grilling KM Franks? KM has been bringing people together since 1909 and has been family crafted for 4 generations in Chelsea, Mass. As Drew Millis grounds the first pitch to first, backhanded stop by Trevor Schwecke, and the underhand toss to Robersa covering the bag. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. No score between Harrisburg and New Hampshire. So if you're heading to the park, grab a KM Frank at the concession stand or pick up a pack at your local grocer. KM, together we grill. So Millis is retired on 1 pitch. Here's the number 7 hitter in the order, Will Frizzell. Designated hitter for Harrisburg today, right-hander Robersa throws, and it's a strike. A slider on the outside edge, 0-1. 47 pitches so far for Robersa, very efficient, and he gets Frizzell to wave and miss on the 1-strike offering. And it's 0-2 now to Will Frizzell. Left-handed batter, 24 years of age. 0-2. Off the hands and fly down the left field line, but this will hit into the seats. Still 0-2 to Frizzell. Very good crowd on hand for today on our day at the races. And it's a reading challenge game presented by Eversource. And there's a backdoor slider that catches the outside corner for strike 3 call.
Now batting the right fielder, Yasel Antuna.
5 strikeouts for Robersa. And there's 2 down in the 5th. Of course, today is the Kentucky Derby, as Antuna takes inside for ball 1. It's the 149th Kentucky Derby today. There's a strike down the middle, 1 ball and 1 strike to Antuna. Right fielder who grounded out to first time around. Here's another pitch, just a bit low by Robersa. It's over the plate. But it's 2 balls and a strike. Sem working very quickly and efficiently. Here's a 2-1 swing and a miss. 94 that time on the radar by Robersa, and it's 2-2. Both pitchers so far, Robersa and Troop. They get that ball back, and they're immediately on the bump, ready to go. Not wasting much time. 2-2. Antuna grounds 1 to second. Jimenez to his left. He'll just toss it over to first in time. Side retired for Robersa. 5 shutout innings for the Blue Jays. Number 7 prospect. We'll head now to the bottom of the 5th. It'll be Schwecke, Martinez, and Geraldo dude up. When we come back, no score as we go to the bottom of the 5th on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Sem Robersa, the right-hander for New Hampshire. 5 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts. We're now in the home half of the 5th. Fisher Cats up to bat. And it'll be Trevor Schwecke to lead things off in a scoreless ball game between the Fisher Cats and Senators. Harrisburg, the Double-A affiliate of the Washington Nationals, as Trevor Schwecke swings and misses on the first pitch slider from Alex Troop. Well, Sem has it working today on the mound for New Hampshire, but likewise does Harrisburg's lefty Troop, as there's a ball inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Troop has been equally as good. He has not allowed a run so far in 4 innings and has struck out 4. There's the off speed, just a bit outside. 2-1 to the right-handed batter, Schwecke. 5, 6, and 7 hitters dude up for the Fisher Cats here in the bottom of the 5th. Troop deals, and another ball that misses in tight to Schwecke. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is at the knees, called a strike. 3-2. Schwecke had already taken a step down the line, thinking that was ball 4. Third baseman Keyboom is protecting the line. Valera shaded towards the hole, the shortstop, as Schwecke lifts a fly ball, medium depth left field, now trotting in a few steps. And making the putout is Blake Rutherford in left field. One down in the fifth.
Now batting the shortstop, Orelvis Martinez.
Orelvis Martinez struck out swinging, first time up. Leaves one up high on the first pitch. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 for 14 in the series. Had that big game in the second game with a doubleheader. 5 RBI night as he takes ball 2 high. 2-0. Here's a ground ball on one hop to Keyboom to his left. Sets his feet, fires across the diamond. Martinez is gone.
Now batting the designated
2 outs now for Geraldo. Geraldo, another right-handed batter. Wave and a miss. On the off speed, boy, Troop is doing such a good job of mixing up his pitches. Great command as well. As there's a ball up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's getting these Fisher Cat hitters a chase at almost anything. Here's another swing and a miss on the back foot slider, 1-2. He's mixing up his slider on the inside. The changeup, dotting the fastball as well. 1-2, just a bit high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Miguel Geraldo. No score here in the bottom of the fifth. Just 2 hits combined from both teams so far. Here's the payoff, and Geraldo swings and misses for strike 3. Alex Troop with his 5th strikeout, and he is through 5. Has not allowed a run yet. Let's move to the 6th. No score here from Delta Dental Stadium. You're listening to this presentation of Fisher Cats Baseball on WGIR and Fox Sports 930.
Happy birthday.
Leonel Valera digs in for Harrisburg. First pitch from Semra Bursa on the outside for a strike. 0-1. It's been a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel on this Saturday afternoon. No score between Harrisburg and New Hampshire, as Valera tops the 0-1 foul up the third base line. The ball's 2 strikes. Both pitchers, Semra Bursa for the Fisher Cats and Alex Troop for the Senators. They have both spun 5 shutout innings, and both have struck out 5 hitters as well. Valera, the 9-hitter, the shortstop, awaits an 0-2, and Robersa gets him to swing and miss. Sharp slider down and away. 6 strikeouts for Robersa, 1 down here in the 6th inning. Fisher Cats Baseball is brought to you by W.D. Matthews. W.D. Matthews is a New Hampshire source for your company's industrial forklift and aerial lift equipment needs. W.D. Matthews, lifting area business since 1955. When your company needs a lift, visit WDMatthews.com. As Robert Hassel, Nationals #2 prospect, takes a slider on the outside for a strike. 0-1. Another slider. That one misses outside. 1-1.
Semra Bursa is now just over the 60 pitch mark in the game. Already has 1 out in the 6th inning.
Robersa's wind, and he throws, and he deals a strike on the outside. 1-2. Him and Adam Kloffenstein from a night ago. Kloff was quite efficient as well in his starts yesterday against the Senators. Into his wind, the 1-2 pitch. Here's a high pop-up foul off to the left by Hassel. Remains 1-2. Kloffenstein threw 78 in 6 innings thrown. Ursa right now on pace to do a little bit better if he can get through this sixth. Here's a check swing on the slider in the dirt, and Hassel went around. On the appeal, says Jude Corey, the third base umpire. 7 strikeouts for Robersa, and there's 2 down in the sixth.
Robersa struck out 8 batters in each of his first 2 starts this year, but he had seen the strikeout total dip over his last 3 outings. Just 3 strikeouts total in 2 outings at Somerset and 4 his last time out against Hartford.
Aruda sends a drive into left center field. Stuart Baroa chases it down once again in left center field. Another fine play by the Fisher Cats center fielder. The speedster showing off the defense in the wheels. And Aruda robbed of perhaps extra bases by Stuart Baroa.
All right, fans, it's time for the Sal's Pizza Super
That's 10 in a row. Retired by Sam Robersa. We go to the last of the sixth. No score between Harrisburg and New Hampshire on the Fisher Cats Radio Network.
And coming up,
bottom 6, Phil Clark gets things going here for the Fisher Cats. Fisher Cats trying to get their first run of the game. It is a scoreless affair here between New Hampshire and Harrisburg as Alex Troop remains in this ball game. The left-handers 1-0 is flied foul off to the left by Clark. 1 ball, 1 strike. Clark, Baroa, and Jimenez, 8, 9, and 1 batters due up against Troop, who has been very good. 5 shutout innings, 5 strikeouts. There's a fastball that is dotted on the outside for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Clark. Hitless in this series, he's 0 for 9. Lefty throws, and Clark swings and pops it up. Third base side, foul territory by the tarp. Keyboom will give it a look, and it lands foul 4 rows into the seats. Our official attendance for this afternoon, it's our largest home crowd of the year yet. 5,417. Fisher Cat fans have come in full force this afternoon. And they came for the right game conditions-wise. Low 70s, partly cloudy skies, slight breeze as Clark chases on the pitch outside for strike 3.
Now batting the center fielder, Stuart Baroa.
6 strikeouts for Troop as here's Baroa now. Hoping this is the start of many more good home crowds with the weather beginning to warm up as Baroa tries to show bunts and he fouls it off to the right. Weather starting to warm up here in New Hampshire. Starting to feel a little bit more like summer coming eventually.
Right-handed pitcher Reed Schaller is now up in the bullpen for Harrisburg. Troop has allowed just 1 base runner, but he has thrown more pitches than Robersa. He's got an 0-1 count on Baroa, sitting at 78 pitches on the day.
So perhaps this could be Troop's final inning. 0-1 is low and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Troop, who has been just very good at getting these Fisher Cat hitters off balance. Almost everything in his arsenal. Here's a soft little line drive into right center field. That'll fall a base hit for Stuart Baroa. Looked like he got that one off the end of his bat, and he just dunks it into shallow center field. And the fastest runner on this Fisher Cats team is aboard for Leo Jimenez in the top of the order.
That's been 4 straight games without a steal for Baroa. He was caught stealing in Wednesday's game. Let's see if he can make something happen here, getting on base with 1 out in the frame, trying to get into scoring position for the top of the order and manufacture the game's first run.
This will be a fun matchup. Drew Millis behind the plate, considered to be a very good defensive catching prospect. Baroa, who's very speedy and arguably the fastest player on this team, as Jimenez takes down and in for ball 1.
First pitch, Baroa was seesawing back and forth over at first with a large lead. Something you can do when there's a lefty on the mound, kind of get in his peripheral.
1-0. And now a throw over to first, and Stewart's back in standing. now that he's atop the Eastern League leaderboard in the top 5 in steals, a lot of opposing defenses have been throwing over to first, trying to keep him close. They are on high alert as Jimenez lines one into center field, a base hit. Baroa to second. Leo Jimenez 2 for 3 on the afternoon with a sharp single that time up the middle, a liner
the right fielder,
into center field.
Britton.
Best chance for the Fisher Cats is right here as Britton will dig in, but first, Joel Hanrahan, the pitching coach for Harrisburg, will go out to talk with his pitcher.
So Jimenez now back-to-back games played with 2 hits. As he went 2 for 4 in game 2 of the doubleheader on Thursday. Had yesterday off and back in the lineup today. He's gotten on base consistently this year. Well, it's nice to see him rack up multiple hits in a game twice in a row in this series. He had just 1 multi-hit game coming into this set.
Jimenez is at first, Baroa is at second as the former closer, Hanrahan, is going to now walk back to the dugout. Was an all-star a couple of times back in the early 10s with Pittsburgh. And now Zach Britton will get his turn. Left on left here against Troop, who remains in this game. Reed Schaller, the righty, is loose out in left field, and depending on the outcome, this could be Troop's last hitter, as Britton takes just a bit outside for ball 1 on the fastball. Harrisburg nothing, New Hampshire nothing. Fisher Cats with their best chance of the afternoon. Baroa at second, Jimenez at first, both runners with good speed. 1-0 pitch, and a fastball taken outside, 2-0. You got Britton, who's a very patient hitter. Palmaggiani on deck, also a very patient hitter. They won't chase very often. 2-0 is a slider, and it's low and away. Taken for ball 3.
Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all.
Britton's 0 for 2. Struck out looking first time up, and he flew out to center. It's 3-0. Troop lifts the leg, throws, and a strike is called on the outside corner. 3-1. Just 4 hits combined from both of these teams so far in this contest. 1 by Harrisburg and 3 by the Fisher Cats. Baroa with his leadoff second, Jimenez with his leadoff first. Britton takes the 3-1 pitch high for ball 4.
That walk was brought to you by Northeast Credit Union.
Didn't miss by much, but it was just a bit
now batting the third baseman,
high,
Damiano
perhaps at the leathers.
Palmaggiani.
And decision time now for Delano the Shields, the Harrisburg manager, who, well, he stepped out of the dugout just 1 or 2 steps before then turning back and heading into the dugout.
7th straight game with a walk for Zach Britton, who's now up to 9 walks on this 2-week homestand.
Bases loaded, 1 out for Palmaggiani, and Palmaggiani takes a breaking pitch at the top of the zone for a strike. 0-1.
Speaking of walks, Palmaggiani has 21 of them on the year and drew a bases loaded walk 2 days ago.
0-1 is off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Coming into the game, second in the Eastern League in walks. He is hitless in this series. Boy, wouldn't this be a good time to get his first hit this week against Harrisburg, with the bases loaded in a scoreless ball game with 1 out in the 6th. Troops 1-1 is tapped up the third base line, but it's going to roll foul. So Palmaggiani will have to go back, and he's behind now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Boy, that was going to be a a very tricky play for Kieboom, who's playing deep third. Baroa at third, Jimenez at second, Britton at first. One ball, two strikes, one out. Alex Troop. Pitch number 91 on the day is coming up next. Here it is. It's a slider that misses inside and low. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Damiano. Now on deck is Will Robertson, the left fielder. 2-2. Here's the pitch. And Palmaggiani floats one foul down the right field line. Looked like that caught off the end of the bat. Troop has not been lining up the radar gun this afternoon. His fastball has been really maxing out in the high 80s, 88 to 89, but he's been pairing that with a very good slider and changeup. 2-2. Grounded foul. Watch out. Third base dugout of Harrisburg. The count remains 2-2. On a gorgeous Saturday afternoon here at Delta Dental Stadium. Gareth Kwok, Steve Goldberg, Pat Cullen in our studio. Bob Lippman will be back tomorrow for the series finale. Bases loaded, 1 out for New Hampshire, trying to get on the board first. The 2-2 is in the dirt. Millis can't find it, but didn't roll past him very far. And it sets up a full count. Clark struck out. Baroa with the infield hit. Jimenez with a single. Britton walked. They're all loaded for Palmaggiani. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The lefty Troop kicks and throws. And Palmaggiani swings and fouls one straight back into the screen. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Three and 2. Troop is set. Lefty kicks and throws. And another pop-up foul down the right field line. We'll do it again. No runs, 1 hit, no errors for Harrisburg. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for New Hampshire. The 3-2 is grounded foul on the third base line. Stuart Baroa had to lurch out of the way. That ball was headed toward his direction, although he was in foul territory. The 11th pitch of the at-bat is coming up next. Troop is ready. Palmaggiani's ready. Here it is, and Troop strikes him out. Palmaggiani swings and misses on the changeup.
Now batting the left fielder,
on
Will
the
Robertson.
11th pitch of the at-bat, a hard-earned strikeout for Troop, his 7th of the game. 2 outs.
Troop is at 98 pitches. They really gonna let him continue. Wow, it faced the lefty Will Robertson. Just had an 11-pitch battle with Palmaggiani.
First offering to Will Robertson is swung on and missed on an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. Like we talked about, Steve, he's not really lighting up the radar gun, but he's mixing up his pitches extremely well and has gotten these Fisher Cat hitters to induce a lot of weak contact or swing and miss. And the 0-1, another fastball, swung on and missed. Another high 80s fastball, and Robertson's behind 2 strikes. This is the best chance of the day for the Fisher Cats. Bases loaded, now with 2 down in the 6th. No score. Troop's 0-2 is high and away. Not close that time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Troop is over the 100 pitch mark on the day. The 1-2. Robertson pops it up on the infield. It's Keyboom. No, it'll be Valera, the shortstop, who makes the grab, and that ends the inning. A fist pump as Troop walks off the mound. Bases were loaded with 1 out, and he gets out of it with a strikeout and a pop out. Fisher Cats do not score in the 6th inning. We remain scoreless here at Delta Dental Stadium. We move to the 7th now. No score here on the Fisher Cats Radio Network. Northeast Delta Dental presents Grin, an electronic magazine featuring a variety of articles about the importance of good oral health. To access Grin, go to nedelta.com. That's nedelta.com. As Blake Rutherford, the 3-hitter for Harrisburg, swings and misses. And we have a Sheehan Finney called to the bullpen as Juan Nunez makes his 2023 Fisher Cats debut. And first pitch was swung on and missed. 0-1 is a ball inside that goes to the backstop. 1 ball, 1 strike. When the Fisher Cats need legal counsel, we call Sheehan Finney. Sheehan Finney, serving the legal needs of the business community in New Hampshire, Massachusetts, New England, and beyond. 1-1 is fouled straight back by Rutherford. 1 ball and 2 strikes. No score. We are here in the 7th. Just 4 hits total from both teams. 3 by New Hampshire, 1 by Harrisburg. Right-handers 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. Very nice start for Juan Nunez in his 2023 Fisher Cats debut.
Nunez pitched in 8 games with New Hampshire last year. He went 1-0, a 5.73 ERA, giving up 7 runs on 7 hits in 11 innings. 3 relief appearances with Vancouver after he started the year on New Hampshire's development list.
Keyboom rips the first pitch, but it's foul into the Harrisburg bullpen for strike 1.
Semra Bursa, 6 scoreless innings, 1 hit allowed, 1 walk. 7 strikeouts on 65 pitches. It's extremely efficient today.
Very efficient. It has been probably some of the best we have seen Sem look as Keyboom takes outside for ball 1.
That's a shame he's not going to have a chance to pick up his first AA victory, but it is a quality start.
1-1 and an off-speed pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 1-2.
So Robertson now 2 outings against Harrisburg going back to last year. 12 innings pitched, no earned runs allowed, 2 walks, 16 Ks.
And now his only 2 quality starts have come against the Harrisburg Senators. I think Sem needs to pitch against them more often. Here's a 1-2 from Juan Nunez. Slider is down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nunez, 6'2", 185 pounds. He is 27 years of age from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. He works from the windup righty with a high leg kick 2-2, and it's in the dirt. Keyboom checked his swing. I don't think he went around, and he did not on the appeal, so the count will run full. Nunez arrived here to New Hampshire on Tuesday. This is his first outing of the year as Keyboom grounds one softly to third. It is a foul ball as the ball just crossed over foul by the third base bag. That's a break for the Fisher Cats. Otherwise, I think Keyboom would have beat that one out with Paul Majani, the third baseman, playing back. Nunez, who finished his 6th year in the minors last year in 2022. That was his first year in the Blue Jays system after he signed a minor league deal in March. Pitched 42 2/3. Struck out 60 over an ERA of 3.8. The 3-2 to Keyboom. And a slider that is down and away, taken for ball 4.
Yeah, first year back in the Blue Jays system
Now
for
batting the
Nunez,
first
who
baseman, Frankie Tostado.
originally was in the Blue Jays organization starting back in 2014, pitched through 2019, and then elected free agency. Spent 2020, the COVID year, and 2021 off, and then came back signing a free agent deal with the Blue Jays last year. So back in the farm system now.
He deals a 1-out walk to Keyboom. Here's Frankie Tostado, 97 on the radar gun, and it's swung on and missed. The high heater by Tostado, and it's 0-1. Hard fastball by Juan Nunez. 0-1 pitch is off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tostado is 0 for 2 on the day. 1-1. He is out in front, pops it up, third base side, but it's going to land foul. 1-2 to the Harrisburg first baseman. Harrisburg and New Hampshire, first game to get started here in the Eastern League, and then the rest will follow suit later on today. The 4 remaining games will all start roughly around 6 o'clock or 6:30. 1-2 to Tostado, and he takes down to the dirt outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Portland and Akron at 6:05. Altoona and Richmond at 6:05 as well. Richmond and Altoona, the 2 best teams right now in the Southwest Division. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Nunez gets his first 2 strikeouts. Tostado out in front on the changeup.
Drew Millis.
And there's 2 outs for Millis. Reading and Hartford will get going in about a half hour as well. Erie and Bowie. The Sox hosting the Seawolves, and then Binghamton on the road against Somerset. That game will start in about an hour as Millis waves and misses on the opening offering. No balls and a strike. Here in Manchester, no score. Harrisburg and New Hampshire, 2 outs. Keyboom's at first. He takes off for second. Pitches high. Clark's throw down to second. It's a good one. The tag, not in time. Keyboom just gets his front foot in there ahead of the tag from Orelvis Martinez covering. Pitch was high and away, almost like a pitch out for Phil Clark. It was a great opportunity for Phil to try and throw out Keyboom, but a good throw. Did everything just about right, but Keyboom just got ahead in there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Millis with a hearty hack, with a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2.
First stolen base of the game, first runner in scoring position for Harrisburg, who had a single in the second, a walk in the third, but nothing else doing until the 1-out walk of Keyboom.
Nunez trying to get through his first inning in 2023 with the Fisher Cats. He deals, and Millis fouls one back and out of play.
Hard thrower Nunez. The previous pitch touched 98. That last fastball was at 97.
At the high set, a look over at second. Now he deals. And the changeup, and Millis loses his bat. It goes flying towards the on-deck circle of New Hampshire. How about a debut for Juan Nunez with the Fisher Cats as he strikes out the side and leaves the 1-out walk at second base.
Stand up.
Seventh inning stretch time here at Delta Dental Stadium. Fisher Cats are still looking for their first run. It's no score. We'll be back here on the Fisher Cats Radio Network.
Leading off the inning for the Fisher Cats, the first baseman, Trevor Schwecki.
Seventh inning stretch time here at Delta Dental Stadium, and it's been a pitcher's duel all the way through as Trevor Schwecki digs in here in the last of the seventh and fouls the first pitch. No score. Bottom seven. Schwecki to lead things off, followed by Aurelvis Martinez and Miguel Geraldo against a new pitcher now for Harrisburg, Reed Schaller. And Schaller misses outside for ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike. What a fantastic start from Harrisburg starter, the lefty Alex Troop. As Schwecki rolls the pitch down the first base line, stopped by the first baseman Tostano on the backhand, picks it up, and then underhands it to Schaller, covering the base for out number 1.
Now batting the shortstop, Aurelvis Martinez.
As I was saying about Troop, lefty with 6 shutout innings, 7 strikeouts, just 1 walk. Ran into some trouble in the 6th, loaded up the bases with just 1 out, but he got out of it. And we remain scoreless here in Manchester. Martinez takes ball 1 and now ball 2 high. 2 balls, no strikes. Schaller, the righty, long hair flowing out of his cap, lifts the leg, throws, swing and a foul, straight back by Aurelvis. 2 balls and a strike. So Schaller, the new pitcher, 26-year-old right-hander, 3rd rounder back in 2018. Standing at 6'3", 210 pounds. This is his 7th appearance of the year. Martinez takes one right down the middle for a strike, 93. And it's 2-2. Schaller, who has thrown 8 innings, ERA of 2.25 so far. 2-2. Is a slider popped up over our heads and out of play. Still 2-2. Pitched at Harrisburg all of last year in 2022. 38 appearances. As there's one high and in for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Logged 42 2/3 innings. Struck out 47, but an ERA of over 5.5. Here's a 3-2. And a fastball is taken high for ball 4. Aurelvis Martinez draws a 1-out walk.
The designated hitter, Miguel Geraldo.
It'll bring up Miguel Geraldo. Fisher Cats do have some activity down that right field line. Hagen Danner appears to be loosening up out in right field. No score, bottom 7. Martinez at first. Geraldo lines the first pitch foul down the right field line for strike 1. Fisher Cats with just 3 hits on the day. Harrisburg with just 1. Talk about just a defensive showing from both sides. Here's another foul down the right field line off the bat of Geraldo.
Uh-oh, we may need to call
quickly 2 strikes to the DH for the Fisher
ball.
Cats today. It's been that type of day for both sides, but who will break through first? Fisher Cats have a man on first with 1 out. 0-2, watch out, 93, high and in. Geraldo is brushed off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Phil Clark, the catcher, waiting on deck. Reed Schaller, the righty for Harrisburg, deals, and Geraldo cranks one very foul down the left field line. Miguel is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Just 3 for 14 in this series. Did have a bases clearing double in that second game of the doubleheader on Thursday. The 1-2 lays off the off-speed way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They've gotten the pitching today. Now they need some timely hitting in order to make it 3 wins in a row in this series. And now Schaller turns around and throws to first. Martinez is back in standing. Harrisburg took the first 2 games of the series. New Hampshire has taken these last 2. The 2-2 is a fly ball in the shallow right field. Sprinting is Antuna. Can he get it? No, and ouch, he crashes into the wall out near the New Hampshire bullpen, and he is down right now on his stomach and has yet to get up. He went in full head of steam trying to make the play along the right field line. Landed foul in front of him and never really slowed down. He went straight into that wall very hard and hoping he is okay. I mean, there is some padding along that wall there. It's right by the New Hampshire bullpen down the right field line, but even then, when you're going in with all that, the foot on the gas, can't be a good feeling. But right now he is up and walking back to his right field position. So again, hopefully nothing more than just the wind knocked out of him for Yasel Antuna. Antuna, who used to be a middle infielder, used to be a shortstop before then converting into the outfield last year. So it's still fairly new, but we resume play. Geraldo is at the plate, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Martinez at first. Here it is, and Miguel strikes out swinging. Schaller pounds the fastball in on the hands, and Geraldo goes down for the 3rd time today. 2 outs for Clark. Phil's 0 for 2. He's also looking for his first hit of the series. He's 0 for 10 this week. First pitch, fastball up high at 93, 1-0. No score here in the bottom of the 7th. Beautiful day on this Saturday afternoon. Clark takes high on another heater, 2-0. Game time temperature was 70 degrees. Partly cloudy skies. Currently not very many. And here's a ball high. 3 balls, no strikes. Most of the bleachers along the left field line and along home plate are in the shade. Those out in right field still in the sun. There's a strike right down Elm Street. 3 balls and a strike to Clark. Most of third base, home plate in the shade. Rest of the field still exposed to the sun. The 3-1 to Clark, and he lines one into center field, but Hassel shuffles over there and grabs it for out number 3. Martinez is stranded at first. The 1-out walk does no damage to Reed Schaller. 7 scoreless from both sides. We have not had a run scored yet in this ball game. We will go to the 8th, and we'll go back to Steve Goldberg when we come back. You're listening to Fisher Cats Baseball on WGIR and Fox Sports 930.
Top of the 8th in a scoreless game at Delta Dental Stadium. Fisher Cats and the Senators have split the first 4 games of the series. One more game to come tomorrow at 1:35. Sheehan Finney called to the bullpen. Hagen Danner is in to pitch. He takes over for Juan Nunez, who worked a scoreless 7th. Danner making his second outing with the Fisher Cats this year. Deals the first one low. Ball 1 at 98 miles an hour to Will Frizzell. Danner's hardest pitch in his first outing was 97. Here's the 1-0. And Frizzell takes a slider downstairs. 2 strikeouts in the game so far. Frizzell waits on the next pitch from Danner. And the pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner. Danner worked Wednesday. 1 scoreless inning, gave up an infield single. 1 walk, 1 K. Next pitch is fouled away down the left field line. Paul Maggiani now drifts back into fair territory and makes the catch. Back behind third on the infield dirt.
Now batting the right fielder, Yasel Antuna.
Hagen Danner gets Will Frizzell to pop out. And he'll face Yasel Antuna. Another left-handed batter. Antuna waits, takes a breaking ball up and in. But Danner, a little bit of trouble with his command in his return to Double-A. Slider looked really sharp. His fastball, as we mentioned, hit 97. Here's the 1-0, and it's fouled straight back. Still a scoreless inning of work. He got a double play to put an end to the inning. Leadoff walk and an infield single in that outing. 1 out. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Fisher Cats and the Senators are scoreless. Here's the 1-1. And it's taken for a ball up and outside. Antuna 0 for 2. (2-1) coming to the plate. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Hagen Danner, an injury early in the season last year. Member of the Blue Jays 40-man roster. 2-2 is at the knees for a called third strike. Danner with his second strikeout with the Fisher Cats this season.
Now batting the shortstop, Leonel Valera.
There are 2 outs in the 8th inning for Leonel Valera.
That's now 11 total strikeouts combined from this pitching staff between Robersa, Nunez, and Danner.
Fisher Cats had 14 Ks last night. Valera takes high for ball 1. The first right-hander to come up against Danner in the frame. Scoreless ball game in the 8th inning. The Senators have just 1 hit, a single in the second. The 1-0. Fastball for a strike. 98 again on the outside part of the plate. Danner has a fastball, slider, and a curveball. Went on the injured list last year with the shoulder injury. Missed the remainder of the regular season, but he did come back to pitch in 8 games in the Arizona Fall League. Went 7 2/3 innings, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts. Here's the 1-1, and it's lifted foul out of play to the first base side. Danner was previously a catcher, converted to a pitcher. Slots in at number 22 in the Blue Jays system, prospect-wise. Called third strike. Back-to-back strikeouts looking for Hagen Danner in a 1-2-3 8th inning. Go to the bottom half. Fisher Cats and the Senators are scoreless on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Scoreless game, bottom of the 8th inning between the Fisher Cats and the Senators. Stuart Baroa, the 9-hitter, leads it off. Second inning for Reed Schaller, who misses inside for ball 1. Alex Troop got the start. He went 6 scoreless innings, 3 hits allowed, 1 walk and 7 strikeouts. Next pitch is in for a strike to Baroa. Third baseman Keyboom in on the grass. Tostano in at first also. 1-1. Fastball up high. Fisher Cats had the best opportunity of the game with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 6th inning, but failed to score. Here's the 2-1, and it's ripped down the right field line. Could be extra bases for Baroa as it gets to the wall, and he flies into second base, standing up safely with his 6th double of the season. The leadoff two-bagger to start the home half of the 8th. And in scoring position in a scoreless ball game for the top of the order. Baroa, by the way, is now 2 for 3.
Now batting the second baseman, Leo Jimenez.
Leo Jimenez is 2 for 3 also. He comes to the plate. Infield in at the corners. Could be a possible bunt situation. Fisher Cats don't bunt a whole lot as a team. And no bunt shown. Pitches up and outside for ball 1. Speed at second base. Infield stays in at the corners for the Senators. Pretty shallow in the outfield also. The 1-0 to Jimenez. Called strike on the outside part of the plate. Hagen Danner worked a 1-2-3 top of the inning. 2 strikeouts. Touched 98 miles an hour with the fastball. Here's the 1-1. Slider that's popped up over to the first base side. It gets into the seats. 1-2 the count on Jimenez. Fisher Cats have a chance to win their 3rd consecutive game. Haven't had a 3-game winning streak since the first series of the season. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Jimenez takes it upstairs. Baroa, best speed on the team at second base. Fisher Cats are trying to plate at least a run and grab the lead going into the 9th. 2-2. Slider flied to center field. Robert Hassel is in a couple of steps. It's pretty shallow. Baroa stays put at second base after drawing a throw back into third.
Now batting the right fielder, Zach Britton.
It's a shallow fly ball out. Doesn't move up the runner. Baroa still at second base for Zach Britton. And Senators are going to turn to a reliever. They'll go to the bullpen and bring on their second relief pitcher of the game. It's going to be a lefty coming in. We'll tell you about him on the other side of the break. It's the Fisher Cats and the Senators are scoreless in the 8th inning. Runner on second base with 1 out when we come back here on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Left-handed pitcher Evan Lee is into the game to pitch for Harrisburg. Takes over for Reed Schaller with 1 out in the 8th inning. And a runner at second base for the Fisher Cats. New Hampshire and Harrisburg are scoreless. Alex Troop, Harrisburg starter, went 6 scoreless. Semper Verso with 6 scoreless innings as well on the Fisher Cats side. Reed Schaller went an inning into third. Gave up 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. He gives way to Lee. Left-hander in to face Zach Britton, the left-handed batter. Runner on second base, 1 out. The pitch is inside for ball 1. Lee has pitched in 4 major league games. The Nationals, 6 relief appearances this year with Harrisburg. And he's given up 2 runs on 5 hits. Here's the 1-0. And Britton takes it down and outside. 2 runs on 5 hits over 7 innings. He's got more walks than strikeouts. 9 walks compared to 6 Ks. 2-0 pitch to Britton. Breaking ball for a strike on the inside. Stuart Baroa is the runner at second base. Fisher Cats got a leadoff double. Leo Jimenez flying out for the first down. From the stretch, 2-1 offering is taken up and outside. Scoreless baseball today. 4 hits for the Fisher Cats and only 1 hit given up. It's a base hit all the way back in the second. 3-1 coming to Britton. He takes inside for ball 4. 2 on for the Fisher Cats with Damiano Palmagiani coming
now
to the plate.
The third baseman, Damiano Palmagiani.
Lee is out of the University of Arkansas. Made his major league debut on June 1st last year. As we mentioned, 4 games for the Nationals. Also started one of those games. 8 2/3 innings of 4.15 ERA. It's a pitch clock violation, so it's going to be a 1-0 count. Palmagiani waits on the 1-0 and takes it up and outside. So a 2-0 count now. Joel Hanrahan out to the pitcher's mound. Have a word with Lee, who came into the game. Runner at second base with 1 out. Now it's 2 men on with 1 out. And a 2-0 count on Palmagiani.
Fisher Cats had such a good chance in the 6th when they loaded the bases with 1 out and were unable to bring any home. So you have to think here in the 8th with 2nd and 1st. And how many more innings is this going to take, Steve, before they finally break through?
2 on with 1 out, 2-0 the count on Palmagiani. Lee, the left-hander, set just above the belt. He deals, and it's up and outside for ball 3. Palmagiani, second in the league in walks. Hasn't been on base today. So 0 for 3. Next pitch is way outside. It goes all the way to the backstop. For ball 4, it kicks back to Millis quickly. So runners advance 90 feet. And for Palmagiani, it's his 22nd walk of the year.
Will Robertson.
Bases are loaded with 1 out. Will Robertson digs in. Left-handed hitter. He was up with the bases loaded earlier. Here's the pitch. He flies it down the left field line, foul, and into the seats. Fisher Cats had bags full with 1 out in the 6th inning, but could not produce a run. Strikeout and a pop out put an end to that threat. 0-1 to Robertson. Breaking ball, swing, and a foul tip into the catcher's mitt. A leadoff double. 2 straight walks with 1 out. Here's the 0-2, lefty to lefty. Breaking ball, check swing, and Robertson didn't go. 1-2. Paul Maggiani at first, Britton at second, Baroa at third in a scoreless game. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-2. Robertson gets a piece of the breaking ball and grounds it foul behind home plate. Just barely made contact. One-two count. Keeboom, the third baseman, is in, even with the bag. Tostado right behind the runner at first. A double play depth up the middle. Straightaway, pretty shallow in the outfield. Here's the 1-2. On the ground, foul down the first baseline. 1-2 on Robertson. Bases loaded for the Fisher Cats. 1 out in the bottom of the 8th inning. Scoreless game. Game 5 of the 6-game series. Here's another 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Robertson has fouled off a couple of pitches. He's got a 2-2 count with the bags full. The pitch is inside for ball 3. One more ball puts the Fisher Cats on top. Crowd is on its feet. Full count, payoff pitch. Breaking ball slugged to center field. Hassel has a long way to go back on it. He makes an over-the-shoulder grab on the front edge of the warning track. The runners tagged from second and third, and the Fisher Cats score their first run of the ball game. A 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 8th on a Will Robertson sac fly.
Now batting the first baseman, Trevor Schwecke.
So he drives in run number 6 of the year and breaks the scoreless tie. Delano DeShields out to the pitcher's mound to take the ball from the southpaw Evan Lee. Harrisburg is going back to the bullpen for the second time this inning. We'll tell you about the new pitcher coming in to face Trevor Schwecke with men on the corners and 2 outs. Fisher Cats have a 1-0 lead over the Senators in the 8th inning here on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Joel Piguero in to pitch for the Senators. 1-0 ball game. Fisher Cats have broken through for the first run of the game on a Will Robertson sac fly.
Now pitching for the
2 outs in the frame, men on the corners, and Trevor Schwecke is up for the Fisher Cats.
Yeah, how about the series for Will Robertson? Go-ahead 2-run homer yesterday in the win for the Fisher Cats, and potentially the go-ahead play here with the sac fly to straightaway center field. Although it's not a base hit, he gets the job done and almost had a chance to go over Hassel's head. Great play by the Nats' #2 prospect, but Will Robertson again knowing the situation and coming through.
Piguero pitched in game 2 of the doubleheader on Thursday and gave up 4 runs on 5 hits. He's dealing with Schwecke. And the catcher Millis is going out to get on the same page with Piguero before the first toss. 2 outs in the inning. Fisher Cats with the first run of the game lead it 1-0. Bottom of the 8th inning. Troy Watson is up in the bullpen and will possibly come in to face the top of the order in the 9th. Here's the pitch. It's down and away. Hagen Danner, a 1-2-3 8th inning, is now in line to pick up the win for the Fisher Cats. Second appearance back with the team. Evan Lee, 1/3 of an inning, 2 walks. His line is still open, responsible for Paul Maggiani at first and Britton at third. Here's the 1-0 to the plate. Schwecke gets a piece and fouls it into the screen behind the plate. Reed Schaller would be the losing pitcher. The run is charged to him, the Baroa run, coming in to score on the Robertson sac fly. Guerrero sets, righty to righty. The pitch is low for ball 2. 26-year-old out of the Dominican Republic. He's pitched 8 innings on the year. He's got 3 saves. ERA now up to 5.63 after that rough outing Thursday. 5 runs allowed on 11 hits in 8 innings of work, 6 walks, 7 Ks. 2 balls and a strike on Schwecke. The pitch is down the middle for strike 2. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Schwecke is 0 for 3. Trying to add to the Fisher Cats lead with men on the corners. 2 outs, 1-0 advantage in the bottom of the 8th. Runner goes from first and the pitch is fouled off down the third base line. Two balls and 2 strikes. Figueroa readies at the belt. Runner goes from first again. The pitch is in the dirt. No throw down. So it's a stolen base for Paul Maggiani. It's his 2nd one of the season. And the Fisher Cats' first steal of today's game.
There for what matters.
3-2 count on Schwecke. Open base at first. Single to the outfield, could drive in 2 more. 3-2. Anthony is for strike 3. Schwecke is punched out and has some words for Gabe Alfonso, the home plate umpire. But the Fisher Cats break through with the first run of the ball game. 1 run, 1 hit, 2 men left in scoring position. Fisher Cats have a 1-0 lead as we go to the final frame at Delta Dental Stadium. Game 5 of this 6-game set against the Harrisburg Senators on WGIR and Fox Sports 930. Fisher Cats have the lead, 1-0 as we go to the 9th inning at Delta Dental Stadium. Sheehan Finney called to the bullpen. Troy Watson takes over for Hagen Danner, and he'll face the top of the order for Harrisburg. Robert Hassel, the 3rd at the plate. Left-hander waits and swings through the first one for strike 1. Hassel drew a walk in the 3rd. He is 0 for 2 in the game. 2nd-ranked prospect for the Nationals. Facing Troy Watson, the hard-throwing righty. Watson can touch 98 at times. Here's the windup, 0-1 pitch. Gets Hassel to tip it into the glove of Clark behind the plate. It's 0-2. 1-0 lead for the Fisher Cats on a Will Robertson sac fly. Here's the 0-2. Hassel goes down swinging. Watson with the punch out to open the 9th.
Now batting the second baseman, J.T. Arruda.
Fisher Cats baseball is presented by Cannon Solutions America. Find the sweet spot for remote office or hybrid work settings with Cannon Solutions America, proud sponsor of the New Hampshire Fisher Cats.
Watson deals with J.T. Arruda, pumps in a 97-mile-an-hour fastball for strike 1. Watson out of Texas. Lines and deals, 0-1, taken down low, 1-1. He's pitching in his 8th game with the Fisher Cats. 1-0 record, 2.89 ERA. Worked against Harrisburg Thursday. He went 2 scoreless innings. 1-1 pitch is up and away. Hagen Danner in line to earn the win today. would be his first win as a Fisher Cat. 2-1. Aruda bounces it to shortstop. Elvis Martinez bobbles it for a moment and then throws wide of Schwecke at first. Bounces off of the retaining wall. Kicks right back to Schwecke. Aruda holds it first. Reaching base on Elvis Martinez's fielding error.
Rutherford.
6th error of the year for Elvis. And the 15th of the year for the Fisher Cats.
Looked like that took a quick hop on him. May have hit the lick of the grass. Sort of kind of took him a little bit by surprise, and that's where the juggle came into play before then the wide throw.
Tying run on base, and the speedy JT Aruda leads the team with 9 steals. Here's the pitch. Slider, swing and a miss. Strike one on Blake Rutherford, who is 0 for 3. Fisher Cats with a 1-0 lead. Troy Watson looking for his 2nd save of the year. 0-1 pitch. He is dribbled foul back behind home plate. Watson earned his first AA save against the Yard Goats. He's back in the Hartford series, first game of that set. Here's the kick in the 0-2, taken up and away. Was a game that started on Tuesday the 25th and then continued on Wednesday the 26th. Here's the 1-2. Down low, it kicks to the left of Clark, but not far, and he pounces on the baseball. Aruda holds it first. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Rutherford. Watson sets. Time is called. 2-2. High hold. And the pitch. Slider grounded foul over to the first base side. Some hard throwers today in Nunez, Danner, and Watson. All 3 touching the upper 90s with the heater. Danner hit 98. Nunez was right around 97, and Watson the same. 2-2 is spoiled foul out of play to the left. 97 on that last one. Semra Bursa, 6 scoreless innings. Gave up the only hit for Harrisburg, a 2-out single in the 2nd. Check on the runner at first. Aruda dives back in safely. Over on the other side, Alex Troop, 6 scoreless for Harrisburg. Fisher Cats able to come up with 1 run in the 8th inning. Lead 1-0. 2-2 pitch. On the ground to second base. Jimenez boots it. Flips it to Martinez for 1 out, and that's all the Fisher Cats get. Hot shot grounder. Jimenez had trouble with it, but the Fisher Cats are fortunate to get 1 out. It's the lead runner and out number 2 of the 9th inning.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, Carter Kieboom.
Rutherford takes Aruda's spot at first, and it's important to note a little drop in the speed on the base paths for Harrisburg, with Aruda put out at second. Carter Kieboom, Major League rehabber, the final hope for Harrisburg, and it's a high chopper to short. Martinez charges in with the backhand, throws to first, in time. Fisher Cats win 1-0. The pitching staff: Semra Bursa, Juan Nunez, Hagen Danner, Troy Watson, combined for the 2nd straight shutout of Harrisburg and give up just 1 hit in today's ball game. A single in the 2nd inning. Fisher Cats break through with a run in the 8th.
That's the ball game.
That's the only run they need.
Your Fisher Cats won.
Fisher Cats win their 3rd in a row. We're back in a moment to talk more about this one on WGIR and Fox Sports 930.